this balloon, without any connection. But
Rip on your head.
Make it blow.
Make it blow.
this empty can is you, and this balloon is God. Basically, human beings don't want to follow God. So God is around you, and God wants to tell you something. God wants to show you His precious guidance, but people are not interested in God's guidance. Out of Egypt, and that they were heading for the promised land. The problem was when they got out of Egypt, maybe the best way, the shortest way was like this yellow path. But God didn't allow it. Why? God said, if the people go that way, they will have to fight against the enemies in the promised land. Then they might change their minds and they will go back to Egypt. Now they got a chance to spy the promised land. And they came back and they reported what they saw. Oh, we cannot occupy that land. It doesn't matter what God promised us to have. We cannot occupy that land. We were like grasshoppers to them. We cannot defeat those giant guys. We should give up our plan. God just allowed people of Israel to spend 40 years in the wilderness because they spied the promised land for 40 days, but they were not faithful to God. So one day for 1 year. The reason why God was so harsh to people of Israel would be found in this case. This fortress was so strong, but people of Israel didn't have any good weapons, and they didn't have any good knowledge to make good weapons, and they didn't have any good resources to make good weapons. So, in that situation, then how could they occupy this strong and very tall fortress? God ordered people of Israel like this: march around the city with your army once every day for 6 days. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times and tell the priests to blow the trumpet while they march. And when you hear that noise, tell all the people to begin shouting. When you do this, the walls of the city will fall down and your people will be able to go straight into the city. Is that normal strategy for people to occupy very strong fortress? No. In a sense, it sounds very insane, right? It's not normal. Maybe many believers cannot follow God's guidance like this. God, I don't think it makes any sense, and I can't follow your guidance. That's why God allowed the people of Israel to spend 40 years in the wilderness, even though it was very harsh to people of Israel. They had to learn how to count on God and how to follow God's guidance. God wants to lead you to the right way, to a good way. Even though we can confess like this, in many cases, in many actual cases, we may not want to go to that way. If you cannot fully understand God's guidance right now, then you can think of this. There must be a good reason why God is doing this to you.